Did he ruin a moment?
We're going to try to do the impossible. My brother just got my mom from the stands because the senior night, we didn't know we had to walk. That's like World War III trying to get them to walk together.
A quarterback from Dallas, Texas, number 2, Shedeur Sanders. And a safety, number 21, Shiloh Sanders. Joined by Deion, Coach Brian Sanders. For all of our honorees playing in their final game at Folsom Field today, we thank you all for your commitment.
Just in case you guys are unfamiliar with the situation, Deion Sanders was pretty much married to a woman named Pilar Sanders. It ended in a really nasty divorce. She claimed a lot of negative stuff towards him, and ultimately he ended up losing one of his biggest jobs. But the main question that everybody's asking is, was Deion Sanders being too petty in the situation? Did he ruin like one of the biggest moments for his son? And I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know exactly how I feel about the situation. This is why I'll say that, is because let's say he did walk with the wife. What if his reaction would have been worse? Some people walk away because they know that if they stay in the situation, it's going to get worse. And what we say, we would have said, okay, well, you should have just walked away if you're going to ruin this moment for your kids and you know that you couldn't handle yourself. So I feel like it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like people want him to be to act like a quote-unquote adult, but at the same time, I think everyone knows your limits. And I can't say that I would necessarily be super mature if I had to deal with someone who accused me of doing things that I didn't do and made me lose one of my most important jobs. Like, how do you tell someone to react to that?
Okay, so I think you raised some good points there. I think that him walking away from the situation, if he knew that he did not have it within himself to pretend to be amicable for the sake of his sons, I think was a smarter decision than trying to fake the funk and then just blowing up or having a stank look on his face or whatever. He was there for his sons.
Yeah.
He walked with his sons. I'm sure you talked to him before they walked out. He did what he was supposed to do as a dad. He's not there for her. So as soon as she walks up, he got to go. So as a matter of fact, for a split second, I thought I was watching a Saturday morning cartoon. Because that man ran so fast, I literally saw his legs spinning like the Roadrunner or whatever. I'm like,
I was about to say that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I said, this man made a pact to himself to never ever speak to her again. And he kept that pact.
It was so funny because he was like, good game. And then like, he's like, I'm out.
Bro, it was a flash. I'm like, this man's quick. That's why he was so good in the NFL. I'm just saying.
No, that's bars. That's bars. No, I mean, listen, I think we've all had like an awkward moment. I think there's some people that you deal with, whether you've had an ex in the past or a situationship in the past, that you never want to see again. Like, you never want to see that person ever again for any circumstance. And I can't imagine being tied to someone that I dislike that much.
Ooh, that's the worst.
That's why I'm always like, because right now, guys, I'm really iffy on the thought of marriage. And I'm really iffy on the thought of marriage because of situations like this.
Right.
Because I normally don't, okay, there are people who like, oh, my baby mama's crazy, my baby daddy's crazy. For some reason, those people don't have the same level of hate that they have towards an ex-wife. Like, the stories you hear about ex-wives and ex-husbands compared to baby mamas, to me, just seem a lot worse. Like, the kind of like visceral hate that I hear people talk about, like their ex-husband or wife, it just supersedes everything.
I can make an assumption. I don't have the data in front of me, but if I had to assume, it's probably due to proximity. I'm saying that because if you have someone who's a baby mama or baby daddy, you probably don't see them as often as you see your spouse.
Yeah.
You don't come home to them every day. You're not eating dinner with them every day. You're not seeing the worst sides of them on a daily basis. So I'd imagine that's part of the reason why. Because otherwise, what's really the difference? If you're living together with that person and you're just not married.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think the other big thing is like, okay, both are monetary situations, because if you have a baby mom, you're probably paying child support. And if you're married, obviously your finances go into it. But I think with marriage, it's like a step further into the finances.
of course.
Because if you get married and then you get divorced, a lot of guys get taken to the cleaners. So
Especially like Deion.
yeah, so you're losing like what? You're losing, on top of having to pay child support, you're also losing a house. You're probably selling your car or changing your car, whatever it is. So I mean, I think that's like the extra dig.
Yeah, the extra financial impact is a big part of it for sure. And the layer on top of that, a lot of times, oh, I won't say a lot of times, I'm not sure about that, but sometimes what I've heard in these divorce situations, when there's a very spiteful person, whether it's the man or the woman, for the example I'm going to give, most of the time it's a woman.
Yeah, I mean, this is be real, guys.
I mean, they claim certain things that may not have occurred, certain physical things, for example.
Oh, you're talking about that.
And that is another layer of just like, you hate that person.
Yeah, you hate that person.
You're going to make a lie like maybe that person harmed the kids if they didn't, or if they,
Yeah, it gets nasty.
That's real nasty.
Yeah.
So especially if if it's not a lie, then you deserve it. But if it's a lie, man.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a lie, it's way worse. Because if you think about, like, if you did it, listen, I think everyone knows in their head that if you truly do something foul and then something happens, in your head, you kind of give yourself, like, an invisible, like, shoulder shrug. Like, okay, I deserved it. But, like, if you truly didn't do that, and then you're facing the consequences for something you didn't do, yeah, I mean, that's going to make me mad for no reason. That's going to make me unbelievably mad.
Yeah.
Because now it's like I'm paying for something I didn't do. That's like, imagine being charged for robbing a bank and you didn't even come close to robbing the bank. You weren't even in the same area.
Yeah, no, knock on wood. You don't got a penny and now oh man, that's crazy. Yeah. Of course, it's always worse to be falsely accused, essentially what I'm saying. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I mean, ultimately, guys, I can't say with a straight face that Deion Sanders made a bad decision. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was pure comedy, though. I thought it was funny. This was probably one of the funniest things I ever seen.
Yeah, the way he got out of there was just...
I told you he gave him a good game.
Yeah, that was so
fast. He's out.
You know what's funny? I wonder if he told his son... No. I imagine he probably told his son he didn't know how he would do it, how he would handle the situation. What do you think? You think he told him ahead of time he's not going to walk with him?
Okay. Absolutely.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that, guys, is because I actually have family members, right? So one time, because I don't want to use any names or any specifics, one time I had someone in my family that getting married. And both I think their mom and their dad don't get along. It was like one of my cousins, right? And if any of you guys ever take wedding photos, normally it's like the groom's parents on one side and then the bride's parents on one side. His parents or her parents or whatever, because I don't want to say it, they didn't get along so much that they had to split the parents up on each side instead of having them all in one photo. And I'm like, man, that to me, man, that's embarrassing. I'm sorry. That's embarrassing because it's just like you already know you're dysfunctional, but then when it's like posted for everyone to see it, it's like you can't hide that kind of awkwardness.
Yeah.
Like you can't hide it. Like everyone else on the groom's side is like smiling, or the bride's side they're smiling, and then on your family side they're like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
So I'm not surprised. I bet that Deion Sanders gave his kids a full-blown speech.
Probably. He's a coach. He probably did. Yeah.
Listen, I'm so proud of you, but this is what I'm not gonna do.
Yeah. It is what it is. It's difficult for them. That's their mother. It's a whole different dynamic, a whole different relationship. But they have to understand. I mean, that's what it is. The parents aren't happy with each other. Simple as that. It's not like I'm a counselor talking to like a kid or some shit. Yeah.
It's not your fault.
Yeah. But you get the idea. So, yeah.
So you gonna say good decision, bad decision?
I think I don't know actually. I don't know yet. I can't say it's bad necessarily. So I guess not bad decision.
I was about to say, bro, we got in the show.
Not bad decision.
All right, decision makers. Do you think Deion Sanders made a good decision, or do you think he's selfish? All right, decision makers. Don't take photos with your ex.
What the heck?